Hello! Now, a while ago, probably last year, early last year maybe, I can't remember exactly, I made a leaf cutter bee habitat, or what I thought was going to be a leaf cutter bee habitat, out of hosepipe. And as you can see, despite moving it in two different locations, east and west facing, and covering it in white plastic to take some of the heat off, we've had no occupiers at all, although the spiders are quite happy building a web over the front to catch any bees that go in there, but no one's been. So I thought, well, that's a complete failure, and was just recently thinking I'll rip it down. But today, after finally succumbing to the what's now, it must be 60 or 70 days of no rain in the UK, quite scary really, I got the hose out to water the garden a bit, fill up the ponds. Well, I'm going to fill up some buckets and then let the chlorine evaporate off over the next few days. But what do you know, when I got the hose out here, I was just about to take this end off, and I thought, oh, that looks familiar. I know what that is, and indeed it is a finished off leaf cutter bee habitat. So they don't like the one I made out of hosepipe. They're quite happy to go in the end of my hose. So let's have a look to see how far back it goes. It's a really good opportunity. If I take this off carefully, I believe they make individual sections, so we won't be disturbing it if we pull it in half, because one should, if it does go this far back, one should come out and be prominent. So a quick, how's that coming off? I don't want to turn the hose as I do. Oh, there we go. Let's just pull this off a bit without carefully. Hey, there you go. So as if by magic, that is the end of one of those chambers, which I imagine are about that long. So there's probably 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 in this section. Question is, how far down does it go? Ah, it does. I don't know if you can see that. I need some light on the subject really, but I don't know if you can see that in there, but there is indeed another one. So I'm not sure. I guess I'm going to cut this. I can't tell how far back it goes, and I don't want to be cutting it off. So I'm going to take a gamble and go quite far back. I'll cut it a little bit and then have a look inside to make sure I'm not damaging them. And then we'll have a look, see how far it's gone. I think there's none in here. I can feel there's none in here. Yeah, that's fine. So can I see the end if I take this off? Which is really interesting because they will go anywhere. You've got a hole, they will fill it. Yeah, there's nothing in that end. So I think possibly it goes down to about here. So what I'll do now, having wasted a little bit of hose, I'll put that end back on there and then put this somewhere ready for next year. But yes, if you've got hundreds of these hanging around you don't know what to do with, make yourself an insect habitat, because the leaf cutters will happily use it. I hope everything's alright with you guys. I haven't been doing many videos lately because it's been ridiculously hot. The garden is pretty much dead really. I'm trying to refrain from watering it. You can see how light brown everything is from lack of moisture. But the ponds are really receding as well, which is natural. In the wild they would almost dry up completely, as this one has. It's gone, it's completely dried up, which is going to be the future bog garden. But even the wildflower meadow now, you can see it's all gone to seed, with the heads of the corn cockles, or cornflowers, I think they're corn cockles. So they've all, you can see there'll be black seeds in these. They're all ready to sprinkle those over, as are the poppies. They've all dried now. There's thousands of poppy seeds, give them a fling. So other than a few cornflowers and poppies sitting around, the whole thing is pretty much drying up. And the ponds are, well, at the lowest level really they've been so far. It's 6 or 7 inches down, but I'm afraid as long as the log's still giving access, I'm happy to leave it. But I think I'll just do a little bit of a top up, particularly on that one down there. Look, it's about halfway down. So all in all, it's been really dry, but it hasn't seemed to have stopped the butterflies, which I've seen more of this week. Seen some commas, loads of large whites everywhere and small whites. Meadow browns and gatekeepers have been out. I've seen a peacock yesterday, and only one painted lady earlier on in the year, but really early. Other than that, but I will say the medium-sized butterflies, like your whites and your meadow browns and gatekeepers and your commas, seem to be doing okay. It's just the large butterflies that are a little bit absent. And the deck is coming along as well. I've had a really bad neck, so I've not been able to do a lot. But basically this whole area here, you can see how rotten it was. This was recycled, made out of someone's roof. So, and it's done well. It was 1930s, the house that I took those rafters or joists out of the roof. Only two before. That was, so they're already 75 years old when I made this deck, and now they're 88 years old, and they haven't done bad really. There's loads of rotting areas, but it's mainly the actual deck rather than I think they've almost fossilised in the last 88 years. So you can see here this whole side section's coming off. The next deck won't be as wide as this, and that top bit will go as well, and this whole area will be another wildflower meadow, and then the deck will be more level and kind of existing over this area. At the moment it's in 3 or 4 steps, but it won't be. And then I've got the big job of moving all of those habitats carefully to another location while I do it, which is going to be fun because I've got to wait for them to finish. And there's a few, I mean, your campanularum are still there, and the leaf cutters are still dotting about, but generally the leaf cutters seem to have slowed right down now, and you can see they've really made good use of these new ones. And I would say, especially this one up here, you can see how many they've used there. And there's some sharp-tailed bees. I don't know if you can see it's sharp-tailed wasp there. I don't know if you can see that thing just in front of that habitat on the ground there. If I just zoom in, he's laying just to the right there on the deck. Now that's a sharp-tailed wasp, and they are a cuckoo wasp, parasitical wasp, who prey predominantly on leafcutter bees. I have one that I just saw there, so they're not finished. He just went into that one, but generally it's slowing up. So in about a month's time will be good for starting the deck on that area. Even though it has been dry, I've been watering these plants, the sedums, the ice plants, and the eryngium. I've got planum and another variety which escapes me. These ones are planum, but the other ones are varifolium, that's it. And the verbena here. They're all doing really well because they don't mind the dry weather. So the bees are making the most of those, and the alliums are doing well out the front. Got some catmint too, which is a great plant for bees, and also when it dies off in the winter you can dry it and use it for your cats as catnip. So all in all, it's been a bit slow in the garden and too ridiculously hot to go out. There's a gatekeeper there, I think, just dotting around. Yeah, let's have a quick look, see if we can get you to see him. He's on the eryngium. I don't know if you just saw that. That was a gatekeeper butterfly. You can tell the difference between a gatekeeper and a meadow brown because one's got 2 dots on the wings, on the top of the wings each side, and one's got a single dot. I think the gatekeepers have got 2. I would go over there and chase him down, but everything's all over the place here, so I can't even get through. But I thought you'd like that leaf cutter bee in the hose pipe. So thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. But I will start filming soon. I've been really poorly with this neck and waiting for a scan, so it's preventing me from doing a lot. I'm doing like a plank a night, literally, just to keep moving. But it's horrible getting old. Don't do it. But I'll speak to you soon, guys. Like and subscribe. And remember, all this goes to charity once I get remonetized. But in the meantime, if you want to make a donation, you can go to the link at the start of this video on my PayPal me, and 100% of it will go to saving rainforest through the World Land Trust. And I will drop in at the end of this video picture of my wall, which I'm starting to hang all of the certificates on, so you can get a good view of that. But otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.